You'd think with all these highlight compilations, Cody Gakpo was a Man United player. Fabrizio even said he's keen on joining Man United. A couple hours later, he says this. Even PSV's official Twitter account has come out and said Cody Gakpo is a Liverpool player, subject to a medical, and providing the fact he is a professional athlete, I'd assume he'd be able to pass a medical. In this video, I'm going to be going through all the details of Cody Gakpo to Liverpool, and I'm going to be giving you what I expect from Gakpo as a Liverpool player. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel, feel free to become a member. It's been established for over 12 months now that Liverpool have been interested in Cody Gakpo. I was talking about him in January for a forward option. We ended up signing Luis Diaz. Now we have both. There was a lot of interest for Gakpo in the summer, Man United being the favourites. The original plan was to sign both Anthony and Gakpo, but Man United somehow managed to pay 100 million for Anthony and didn't have enough money for Gakpo. According to Leeds manager Jesse Marsch, the Dutchman was 99% of the way there to join Leeds, but he opted to stay in the Netherlands. And in retrospect, that seems to be the right decision. Fast forward a few months later, he's had a very good personal season with PSV and a very good World Cup with the Netherlands. After the World Cup, Man United were still favourites for Gakpo. They were even more keen after a very good World Cup, but in a matter of hours, Liverpool was swooping and they signed Cody Gakpo. Liverpool have signed Cody Gakpo for £37 million plus 13 million in potential add-ons. According to Fabrizio Romano, Jurgen Klopp has been crucial to complete the signing of Cody Gakpo. The Liverpool manager wanted a new winger because of the injuries. The board decided to act quickly. You can definitely understand the signing of Cody Gakpo. He's a Jurgen Klopp type of winger. You look at how PSV play. They play very high up. They like to get it to their wingers and their wingers cut inside. Who does that remind you of? It reminds you of Liverpool. Gakpo was very good last season, scoring 12 goals and getting 13 assists, being named the Eredivisie Young Player of the Season, but his output has massively increased this season. Playing half the amount of matches this season, Gakpo has already scored 12 goals and getting 14 assists, so more than last season playing half the amount of matches. He also scored 3 goals at the World Cup, being one of his country's best players and what I have described as the breakout player of the World Cup, similar enough to James Rodriguez. Although he was a good player before the World Cup, he's really announced himself and is now a household name. I like to highlight his opening goal at the World Cup to really show how intelligent of a footballer he is. Frankie de Jong picks up the ball, Cody Gakpo cuts inside, Frankie de Jong plays a beautiful pass, a world-class pass I would describe, and Gakpo intelligently gets onto the ball and heads it in. It was a brilliant goal on both parts, world-class pass from Frankie de Jong and a really intelligent run from Cody Gakpo. I would describe Cody Gakpo as a player similar enough to Jadon Sancho, Borussia Dortmund. While he can score goals, he's also a playmaker. Despite the fact he's 6'4", he takes corners and set pieces. 6'4" is tall, no doubt about it, and the fact he's an attacker, you definitely think he would be in the box, but he's taking corners and he takes them effectively. To really justify what I've just said, look at Cody Gakpo's performance in September versus Feyenoord. He got a hat-trick of assists, including 2 from corners and 1 from open play. He also scored in that match. Borussia Dortmund Jadon Sancho, I think, is a good comparison with Cody Gakpo. I think he is a very good player, similar enough to Jadon Sancho, but I think Gakpo's a little bit more clinical, and just think Liverpool are getting him for half the price. Gakpo is also quite versatile. His main position would be off the left, but he can also play as an attacking midfielder and down the middle. The fact he's versatile is obviously good news for Liverpool because the majority of their players are incredibly injury prone. So, what am I expecting from Cody Gakpo at Liverpool? Well, for his first 6 months, the remainder of this season, I'm not expecting much. Let him adjust to English football, let him adapt. But next season, I'd maybe be expecting 20 goal involvements in all competitions. He probably could get 30, but I think there will be a lot of rotating between him, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, wherever he is playing as a Liverpool player, because like I mentioned, he is versatile. Eventually, I would expect him to justify a starting spot and consistently be starting for Liverpool, and then I'd be expecting 30 goal involvements, 40 goal involvements a season, and I do think he has the potential to be one of the best players in the Premier League, maybe even the world. Gakpo is only 23, he's putting those kind of numbers up for PSV, so think about in a few years' time when he is at his peak of his powers. He signed a 6-year contract to Liverpool, so he'll be here for a while. When he is in his prime, late 20s, I really do think he has the potential to become one of the best players on the planet. And that £37 million will look like an absolute bargain. Of course, we have to thank our amazing manager and our amazing scouting team, but most importantly of all, agent Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk was announced as Liverpool player on the 27th of December 2017. Today is the 27th of December, and if Cody Gakpo isn't in front of his Christmas tree, I will be disappointed. That should be the announcement. There's still apparently more to come after this Cody Gakpo, with links to Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Jude Bellingham, all the lot, so it should be a very exciting January transfer window. So if you want to stick around for all the news, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. Shout out to all my members, and I will see you in the next one.